Alrighty. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see my screen, so we can start our morning session here today. Normally everything should be good, but I want to double check. I see the thumbs up. All right, amazing. Good. Let's get this thing started. Last week I forgot to record, so there was no recording to check which price traps I made and so on and so forth. So for that, I shared them into the chat boxes. So I shared them into the Discord, I shared them into the Telegram channel, and over there you could take them for yourself. All right. Now I am recording, so there will be a recording this week. And of course, we will review the price traps from last week and go over the markets if we have something for this week. Okay. So alrighty, let's get straight into it. Today we are February 18th. Okay, so the news is ready. Let's go. Good. Let's talk about it. So we had a couple of price traps and a couple of opportunities there last week. And like I already explained last week also, what we are doing here is pretty simple. We want to find highs, lows, trap the market between it, and then follow the market where the market breaks out. So for example, here on 80 Canadian, you know, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. We were already breaking out and we were already getting back into our zone. All right. I can remember, for the people who were on the session, I gave you guys this zone. I told you like this high is the bare minimum that needs to be hit for a buy. And that's exactly what we have seen. After that, if you find that breakout and you see the market getting a higher high, we want to search a higher low. For that higher low, we want to always go for some price action. The market, what do I mean with that? It's pretty simple. It's just the market showing us that the market wants to continue in that breaking direction. Okay, so what we see, breakout, 1 hour candle closure above the previous high. That's confirmation number one. Retest, confirmation number two. And then we want to find our next confirmation, and that's the engulfing candles, the dojis, and so on. So we see a triple doji. So this is a kind of morning star, we can call it like that. And if we go to the lower time frames, you see this tweezer bottom and engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame. And if we go on the 15, we see the market creating this morning star and this engulfing candle here, really showing us, look at these wicks, look at this volume in these blue candles, really showing us that the market wants to go up. you have different opportunities to react on this. All right. I've talked about this for many times, and you will have to find yourself a way that fits you personally. All right. You can go for 1 hour candles, 30-minute candles, 50-minute candles, but you can also go to the 5-minute time frame and wait for breakouts of structure on these lower time frames, just to have the confirmation that the retest is done and that the market wants to go up. Okay. So let me give you a very quick example here. If we go to the 5-minute time frame on AD Canadian, for example, what do we see? This is exactly the same like the 1 hour price traps we are taking, right? So we see lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Oh, what's this? A higher high. So we know, all right, we are breaking structure to the opposite direction. Now we can search a retest for that and take the market higher. And if you combine this with the higher time frames that I just showed you, the 1 hour, the 30, the 50-minute time frame, there was so much opportunity to take this trade. So it was around, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 10 pip stop last week. Beautiful, beautiful idea, because the market went for, yeah, almost 90 pips in profit. So if you know that you're risking 10 pips and you can make 90, what does this mean? You're risking 1% to make 9%. Or if you risk 0.5%, you make 4.5%. All right. But that's basically what you could do here with AUD Canadian. Beautiful idea, beautiful price trap, textbook price trap, easy breakout retest, and beautiful price action. Good, let's move on. For the next ones, I'm not going to go too much in detail. I wanted to show you first the one in detail, and then we can go a little faster because, of course, I want to make some price traps for today also. The next one was AD NZD. Market broke out, came back for the retest, but never really came back to that high. All right, that's one of the confirmations. We want to have at least the high that is broken. We want to see the market at least retest that high, okay? And this didn't happen. So the market took off without us. And then, yeah, of course, you could react here for a buy, but I personally left it alone because the market, basically the move that I was looking for was this one here, all right? Not this one, because this is basically a breakout retest to the downside, okay? So AD/NZD, no possibility. Market did not come back far enough for our retest. We got to remember last week, Wednesday. What did we have last week, Wednesday? Let me check. What was the dates? Here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. Because of the partially shutdown of the US government, the NFP was like half a week delayed. Normally it's every first Friday of the month. This time it was on Wednesday. Okay, so that's why we see these kind of price movements. This massive wick to the downside is basically just NFP. All right. So what we have seen, market broke out, came back for the retest, did give some good price action though. Here you see that massive rejection. If we go to the 30-minute time frame, you see that engulfing candle. 50-minute time frame. If we go further, I'm not talking about this massive wick to the downside. I'm talking about this one here. Then we have this morning star on the 15-minute, but the market only went for 16 pips in profit. Okay, if you were running this one and you see like, okay, why doesn't this disappear? Ah, there we go. And you see like, okay, price is getting pretty close to my entry again, and NFP is about to kick in. I would rather go break even, take out my trades, take out partials, make sure I'm risk free, because this is not where I want to be in. All right, this is not the moment I want to be in the charts when the market is going crazy. Okay, after that, you could potentially have like this engulfing candle on the 15, also on the 30-minute time frame. So if we ignore this wick, there was some price action you could react on for this buy here, but the market didn't really give that massive move like we have seen on AD Canadian and so on. Okay, so that's for AUD USD. Let's move on. Euro AD, same thing. This happens. That's why I'm trapping so much pairs. We had, I don't know how much we had. Let me double check. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 price traps. We only need one or two going in our direction, or we only need one or two giving us that massive risk to reward for a week. That's it. That's it, what we want. We don't want to react on every single one of them, but I'm making all these price traps to give myself options enough to have 1 or 2 or 3 price traps in a week. Okay, so Here, Euro 80 breakout retest, sadly enough, didn't come back far enough or didn't retest this low and then went in our direction. All right. It is good to see though that the market is really following up on what we are drawing here, on what we are looking for. It did retest this low here. That's the reason why we didn't go higher. So there was no possible reaction here. But I personally love to see these kind of things because it's showing us we are in the good direction. It's showing us that we are doing good things here on the charts. We were looking for sells and the market sells, only not in the zone we wanted to see. Okay, but that happens. That's trading. Good. Let's move on. Euro USD. Look at that. Beautiful. Market broke out, came back through retest, massive rejection, engulfing candle. You can say it a spinning top a little bit here. 30-minute time frame. Excuse me. 15-minute time frame. Engulfing candle, same thing. If you go 5-minute, just to show you. The 5-minute was a little harder here. Yeah, definitely. But it wasn't really a low that it broke. It was more like a demand zone on the 5-minute time frame that it broke and then came back through retest. So there was possibility here to take that sell, but I would rather be reacting in these candlestick patterns. I think it was only like 8 pip stop. Yeah, 8 pip stop. Market dropped for 35 pips. 103 was hit, came back, hit break even, and then just continued in the direction we wanted to see. It took a long time, by the way, to get this low. By the way, this was also a breakout retest from yesterday. For the people in the Discord, I shared this one, I think. No? Did I share it yesterday? Let me check. Yeah, I did. So this is what I shared yesterday. Look at that. We were already breaking. And then we simply want to wait for a retest. Boom. And there we go. All right. So another opportunity. 2 opportunities went in our direction. Beautiful. Not a single one showed us stop loss opportunities. All right. This is the 3rd one. Okay. Remember what I said. You only need 2 or 3. Imagine you took 80 Canadian with a 1-on-3 risk to reward. You took Euro USD with a 1-on-3 risk to reward. And look at that. You have GA, which was way more than a 1-on-3 risk to reward. But let's just say 1-on-3 risk to reward. That's 3 trades. Imagine you go for a 1% risk. Like, that's 9% in 1 week. Insane. All right. Look at that. GA, breakout, retest, rejection. We see like a kind of evening star with a triple doji in between. Engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame. I can keep showing you this time and time again. Engulfing candle on the 50-minute time frame. Let's see the 5 minutes. What did the 5-minute do? It did break this one here with this massive push to the downside and it retested. This was a good sell, but it's late. In my opinion, I want it to be in here. All right. So that's beautiful if you go with 50-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, 1-hour time frame, candlesticks. Okay. So let's see. It was a pretty big stop loss. Yeah, there we go. 30 pip stop. Market went for 160 pips in profit. So we only needed 90 for a 1-on-3 risk to reward. Amazing. Another one. Already 3 take profits from the last week. GCAT, next one. This was NFP, of course, pretty hard to react on, but look, it did respect. It did give us that sell opportunity. I've said this enough. In the previous ones, it was good. We went through the lows, so we had to retest. This is the new low, and we went through it. Same thing for 80 Canadian, Euro USD. Euro USD, yeah, kinda. Like you can see, retest was here, and we reacted on the low of the breakout. And why am I showing you this? It's gonna make sense in a minute. 80 Canadian was also the winner. Okay, this went through. So this was the high of the breakout. Here was a retest, and we went through it. This doesn't happen always. There is a high opportunity or a big possibility. Once the market breaks out, for example, right over here, this was the low of the breakout. And the push comes that we are looking for, breakout retest, boom. This low could be respected many times. And what I like to do, or what I love about the price traps, is if your take profit 1 is above this low, this is massive. All right. And that's what I wanted to show you. It won't always go through these lows. For example, here on G8, we went through it, no problem, beautiful. but I'd rather have my take profit at this low than below it, because then we need to break new structure for our first take profit. And that's not really what I want to look at. I want to have my take profit already hit before we need to break new structure. Okay? Make sense? I hope so. GCAP, this is then a beautiful example. We want to have our take profit one at this low, not below it, because the market needs to break. Look at that. Market cannot break. It was too strong to break, and it moves again to the upside. If your take profit one was here, there was no problem. If your take profit one was lower, there was a big problem because the market never went there. So you would end up break even and so on. Good. Let's talk about GCAF. Massive. Like you can see, NFP. This is basically just NFP. All right. Massive news. It was very hard to react on that. Definitely. Okay. We did have price action. We did have engulfing candles. We had everything in place. But because of this massive price action, I would rather stay away than forcing myself in this setup. Okay. Good. We already had 3 take profits also, but still, look at that. If you would just blindly react on this rejection candle close, you still had like 75 pips potential. Okay. But I'm not going to count this. We have 3 take profits for the last week. Good. Yeah, this was nasty. G-Chef, yeah, nasty price action. Didn't do what we wanted to do. Possible that you took a stop loss here. Why? Because look at this. Engulfing on the 1 hour, engulfing on the 1 hour, engulfing on the 1 hour, engulfing on the 1 hour. So there was some stop loss opportunity here. Of course, like you guys know, I'm always very transparent in these kind of things because that's trading. You wanna know that the market won't do everything you want to see. Okay, same thing on NZD USD. That's why we always wanna keep our risk plan, our trading plan, our edge. There's a reason why we are trading 1-3 risk to rewards. There's a reason why we are following our trading plan. Okay, because this happens. This nasty price action happens. Sometimes you will have stop losses. Sometimes you will have a streak of stop losses. Sometimes you will have stop losses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. But then imagine you have 5 stop losses in a row and you're risking 1%, you're minus 5, but then you take two take profits of 1 on 3, that's plus 6%, 6%, you have still 1% profit. That's the edge I'm talking about. You only have, you took 7 trades, 2 of them were for profit, 5 of them were stop loss, and you're still in profit. That's how we want to trade. That's how we want to approach the market. Okay? This was nasty. I left it alone immediately. After all this nasty stuff going on with NFP, I just left it alone. Okay? In my opinion, there was no opportunity to react on this. No, not a single one. Okay? USD Here we had some opportunities. Market broke out, came back for the retest, engulfing on the 1 hour, 30-minute time frame showing as a tweezer bottom, 50-minute time frame showing as a morning star. So there was some good opportunity there. Let's say, oh, a little higher there. Stop loss of around 10 pips, 41 pips in profit. So 1 on 3 was definitely possible here. Again, on this beautiful price trap. USD CHF. Did I share it yesterday? I don't think so. Because that was a beautiful breakout retest to the upside. Look at that. Breakout, retest. Well, we're going. But no, I didn't share it. Good. And then we have silver and gold. Silver, first of all, didn't respect what we wanted to see. You could find yourself an entry here, definitely, or here, but this would end up in stop loss. So the market just pushed through and go further down, okay? For gold, exactly the same thing. Broke out, came back for the retest, did create some price action, started to consolidate, and then boom, broke to the downside. But like I said for a lot of times, if we are looking to follow a trend because the market is creating higher highs and higher lows, we are always looking for breakouts to the upside, right? We want to see this high breaking the previous high. We want to see the market retest that previous high to then continue in that direction. But what if the market just drops and breaks the previous low? Guess what's happening? We are changing direction. So what we can do is then we can search for a lower high and then see for a continuation to the downside. See this little drawing? I know it's ugly. I know it's maybe not a little clear, that clear, but let me just do it like this. There we go. So look at this. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Boom. Lower low. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher low. Oh, lower low. Market comes back. Hmm, lower high. Boom. This is when you get more experienced. If you're a beginner in the charts, you will only look for the breakout retest and then leave the chart alone, all right? But if you are more experienced, you have seen that the market broke to the downside, broke a lot of support here, and then came back for the retest for the sell, all right? We had beautiful price action, everything in place. I think this was like a trade of thousands of pips. No, not thousands, maybe 200, or is this thousands? I'm confused with gold lately. Like in the past, 20 pip stop is now 200 pip. It's insane how volatile gold has become. Um, but believe me, there was opportunity enough here with this down movement. Okay. Alrighty. That's it. These were the price drops from last week. I did share some indices, if I'm not mistaken. I had a blast on the indices yesterday. I'm done for the week. I don't need to trade anymore. Still here though. So, what did I share? Did I share something? Okay, I shared this. Did I share this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Look at that. Breakout, retest. Boom. Beautiful. Hmm. Look at that. Easy. I'm gonna delete everything. I want to have clean charts. I didn't share the indices, and I'm not sharing the indices in the public. That's what I remembered just now. I'm still like, yeah, I'm not saying getting used to it, but I'm like searching a way to have like a very clear, how do I say it, step-by-step plan to trade these indices. Let me know in the chat box if you have any pairs you're looking for today. It's not looking too good. That's the first thing I see here. Not looking too good. Those JPY pairs are still in between all these zones. Euro USD, we missed it. Completely gone. Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, maybe this is one. GJ. Maybe this one. Okay. I'm just going through pretty fast. I will trap them in a moment. I just want to see if we have some opportunities. Whew, breakout retest again. UCAT, beautiful. I shared UCAT yesterday, right? Yes, I did. Yeah, we were looking for a retest to buy. Look at that. Retest and buy. Love it. UJ, U Chef. Yeah, looks like that will be it for today. Okay, there's not a lot. Let me first go over the news. There's not a lot of opportunity for today. That's the first thing I see. But today we are the 18th of February. We already had some NZD news 2 a.m. I warned you guys for this last week. We had some CPI on pound, already gone, so already had the move. Today we do have at 2:30 some USD news, but I do not expect any impact from that. I'm more focused on what's happening tonight. It's only meeting minutes on FOMC. Those are less powerful than the actual press conference and the the FOMC that we are used to from every Wednesday. AUD, employment, unemployment, important. If you have a trade on AUD this night, be careful, 130. For the rest, okay, this could have a little impact here, but for the rest, it's looking pretty calm. I know Friday is a pretty big day. We have a lot of news coming out on pound, euro, Canadian, USD. So for Friday, please be careful. AUD CPI Wednesday next week, and that's it. That's it. Yes, next week is a very, very slow and calm week when it comes down to news. Could be good, but could be boring also. News is a good thing to have volume in your charts. All right. No pairs? Nope. I was waiting a little bit. Maybe you guys had some pairs you're looking for. But yeah. I trapped Canadian JPY yesterday. Wait, how did I trap it? Did I use the wick? I did use the wick because that's the low, of course. I want to trap them, but those traps are massive. I don't like it that it's too big because it takes so much time to break out of that. Look at that, another good price trap here, but let's just trap it. Let's see. Not the most exciting charts today. Let me use this low here. This is the most recent high, excuse me. This is the most recent one. I think I used the higher one yesterday. I'm not sure. On Euro JPY. Euro JPY, Euro JPY. Go. Yeah, you see, I used this high here, but now these highs confirm me that that's strong enough, so I'm adjusting them to the lower ones. Okay. If we break above that, that's enough for me for a break of structure. So that's numero uno. Yeah. We could wait for Euro NZD to retest at least this high, but I'm interested in the lower areas. So I'm more interested in areas like this and this, just so you know. Let me put an arrow on this so it's clear. There we go. Euro USD is gone, sadly enough. Okay, I want to use this one also. We are already retesting, so basically the support that I'm drawing is not that important. I'm just drawing it there so it's clear that I'm looking for a breakout retest to the downside. Okay, of course, like you guys know, we have this high. I'm gonna put it on there, but this is the structure for the opposite direction. So what I showed you on gold, we are now creating lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. If the market does not respect this, we can look for breakout retests to the upsides, of course. Okay, so that's for GJ. We are at the first zone, by the way. I'm interested in two different zones. The very first one is this one here, and the second one is this. By the way, it's not this only this line. It's like this whole box. This whole box, all right? There we go. GN, ugly, nope. GU, oh, beautiful breakout retest yesterday. Damn. Whew. This went strong. Oh yeah, I remember someone. Yeah, Mario took it. Whew. What a trade. What a trade. Amazing. Today, can we do something with this? I'm gonna leave it. Like I said, I'm not fully convinced about the charts today. We don't have a lot of clean structure that we use as price trap. You could trap everything, by the way. I'm just picky. And you should be. This one is nasty. What's the 4 hour saying? Okay, we broke lows. We took out liquidity. Let's see if we can get a proper retest out of this. First zone is, of course, here. Second zone is way higher. Supplies are sitting above, like around this area of price. Okay. This is why you should watch recordings or be live on the sessions, so you see me drawing the zones I'm interested in to sell or buy, not leaving them on the charts. Damn it. That was a buy on UJ, but missed out on it. Did we trap it yesterday? UJ, 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 UJ. There we go, UJ. How did I trap it? Yeah, we got the breakout. We got the retest. Breakout retest. But it's gone. I do like gold. We have some clean structure here. There we go. All right, let me go through one more time. Let me see. Do we have something? Something more? Not really. Not really. Yeah. Strong breakout. Let's see what the retest will do. As the JPY is still in between the zones. This is also a strong breakout to the downside, but we are like moving in this strange price action like for ages now. Nah, I'm gonna stay away. G-Chef, not the cleanest, but breakout retests maybe to the downside. Maybe, maybe not. By the way, these arrows I'm drawing is not a zone that I'm looking for. This is just to show you the direction I'm interested in. We could look for GU retest now to the downside, but not fully convinced. I feel like we can retest this zone again, this higher zone, like 36, 1.36. But I'm gonna leave it. I don't like the chart also. GJ also looking good. A little bit same like G-Chef. Euro NZD waiting for a proper retest. Waiting for the breakout on Euro JPY. Euro pound. For the people who know how Euro pound has been moving lately, we tried so many times to trap it, to wait for retests, and so on. But look how ugly it moves. It's just, I'm gonna stay away. Euro Canadian, same thing, by the way. I tried to trap it last week, breakout retest here, but boom. And then, yeah, let's trap it. Let's see. Let's try it again, all right? We have our rules, we have our risk plan. We don't just react on everything we see. Even if it's just for an educational purpose only, that you're trapping this, that's also good. Ooh, 6 minutes left. I'm slow today. There we go. Euro Canadian. Let's see. Let's see. Euro AED is ugly. Nope. 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 Got JPY, by the way. I don't like it, so I'm leaving it. Or liking it anymore. I trapped it yesterday, I know, but I just don't like what I'm seeing now. For 80 JPY, we can trap this, of course. This is, yeah, easy and very clean structure. I want to go for this low, not this one anymore. So this is now 80 JPY, and I think that will be it. Yes, sir. That's it. 80 Canadian, we should have running this already. We should have been running this already, so I'm not trapping it. So good. In total, we are with 8 price traps, which is more than enough, of course. All right, let me go over the indices pretty quick. So, of course, we want to wait for breakouts on US 30 for the highs and the lows. SPX, exactly the same thing. Let's see if we can break out of these highs, get a retest today, and buy, because I'm interested in buys today. I don't know about you, but I wanna see buys. For NAS 100, exactly the same thing. Let's see if we can break structure to the upside. To be honest, yeah, this structure is more than enough to break. So let's see. UK 100 is gone. We can not do anything with this. Germany 30, same thing. And then the Japanese, I would also leave this alone. Or maybe we have this supply zone here. We could start dropping from this point. Okay, so sells from this point would be interesting. We shall see. Good. That's for the indices. Let me go over crypto right now to close off. Excuse me. All right. Still in the consolidation zone. Like I said, last week, I expect the market to slow down and like bore us like crazy. Like get our interest gone. That's basically what we are seeing right now. The same thing we have seen here. Market was consolidating for ages. Markets, people start to think like, okay, that's it for Bitcoin. I'm not interested anymore. It's going way too slow. It's going way too boring, and boom. So basically, we are now in at the retest of the all-time high of the previous all-time high, which we have seen happening time and time again. Do I believe this is the bottom for the next bull run? I don't really believe it. I think we can go lower, especially because we have a lot of liquidity sitting here also. Um, so we shall see. At this point, we need to follow it up day by day and wait for the market to break any structure, which is now not the case, all right? We are respecting highs and we are respecting lows. So as long as we keep respecting these highs and respecting these lows, you see it's getting smaller and smaller, by the way. We will see the market consolidate. So it depends. Right now, like I said, it's getting smaller and smaller. It's like a kind of triangle we are seeing here. I don't trade these patterns. I find it the biggest bullshit that exists. Um, for some people it works, but not for me. But once we see a breakout, a lot of people would say, Allah, yeah, the triangle has broken out. We can look for a retest and sell. What basically happened is the market broke structure. All right. So that's why I say that I personally don't really look at these patterns. Um, so as long as we are in between these zones, in my opinion, we will just consolidate. Same thing for Ethereum, same thing for basically every single crypto. All right. Ripple, Stellar, Uniswap, Solana, Hedera. These are, by the way, my go-to cryptos. No financial advice, by the way. I don't give any financial advice here. I just want to give you guys my vision and knowledge that I gained in the past 8 years of my trading. All right, look at that, breaking through that zone. Now we have the next structure which is sitting here. Okay. If this happens, altcoins will go crazy, but I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The situation on crypto is literally a situation. um, so yeah, we shall see. We just need to follow up on everything. Let me check. There were no entries right now, right? No, I don't think so. Oh, let me get to the blue flag pretty quick. 2 minutes left. GJ. Okay, rejecting, but not an entry yet. Be patient. We are not ready yet, but it is slowly creating the price action we want to see. And then we had 3 euro NZD. Nope, nope, nope. All right. Oh, here, this is also a blue flag, by the way. This is almost ready. This could be for in a couple of hours, maybe in an hour or two. We shall see. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I hope you guys had some value. I went over everything pretty quick. I know I went a little bit more in detail about price action and how you can find your entry and so on. So I would recommend you to watch it again because I don't do these things a lot, all right? Usually I just go over the pairs, give you the price traps, and then you're set for the rest of the week. But now I wanted to show you like the price action and give you like a little bit more of the sauce that I'm using on this strategy. All right. So thank you all for being here tonight. We have our event in Lokeren, so always welcome to come. And for the rest, we have our private sessions every single morning for that. I see you all tomorrow morning, and otherwise I see you next week, 8:30, to review all the price traps we made today. All right. Have a great day. See you very soon. Ciao, ciao.